Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv, and there is a lot going on today, the 23rd of July. The reason why it's a big day, and I say the date, it's because that's when the Ethereum spot ETFs are going to start trading. Now, we have some news in that space, right? So Mt. Gox transferred about $2 billion, what is it, $2.8 billion worth of Bitcoin to its creditors to actually be paid out. So that's a good thing. But you could see how people are worrying seeing that big number and pulling back. That could be why you're seeing a sea of red this morning. What else is going on? Well, Bitcoin financial services firm Swan actually pulls its IPO plans and is facing layoffs, and that's due to lack of expected revenue. That's bad. Something else that caught my attention: Binance says that this year meme coins have been driving the bus, and that's been that. However, in my humble opinion, I don't know that meme coins are going to be driving the bus for that much longer. I think there's a lot going on in that space that can be realized, and that's going to be a big difference. To me, I like meme coins. I just don't think they serve a purpose other than they're fun. You know what I mean? Fun names, people trade them. That's good. It's sort of like I would say baseball cards, but baseball cards actually carry value, or at least they used to when I was a kid. But yeah, I look at meme coins and I'm kind of like, how long is it going to last? I don't think that's a sustainable thing. So that's something I pay attention to in a big way. It doesn't mean I'm not going to invest in meme coins, but it does mean I'm going to pay a bit more attention when it comes to those meme coins having a turnaround event, right? So when they drop, when they have a precipitous fall, that's when I'm be like, okay, it's time to get out. So I'm going to be looking. I normally have a 5% rule. Right now, my 5% rule for meme coins is going to be 5%, then 10%. If I see a 10%, if I see anywhere above 5, and I see that we're getting to 10 real fast, I'm going to pull out. That's going to be my strategy going forward, because at any point in time, which I don't think is any time near, at least not, I don't think this year, you could see meme coins drop off. So I'm in it for the bag, and then I'll be out of it to protect the bag. What else is there? Grayscale transferred $1 billion worth of Ethereum over to Coinbase Prime. And the reason why that's a big deal is because people are wondering, well, why'd you do that? Are you looking to dump like you did with Bitcoin? Well, that would make a difference. We don't know. And there's just a lot of hearsay going on over it. We'll have to see and wait for it to play out to see what really happens. It could be that they're looking to transfer that money so they can give the proportional sums to their people that are currently in the trust, right? Now that they'll be involved in the ETF, in their spot ETF. So won't know until it actually happens. Something else that caught my attention. Real Bedford Football Club purchased $4.5 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, I want you to hear this. Now, it was to bolster, let me see what it actually says, to bolster, I guess, advertising for the Premier League, right? But the other part was for financial stability. That's the part that caught my attention. That's why I was fumbling over the words, because I wanted to make that point. Imagine, so you have MicroStrategy just sucking up Bitcoin as much as they can. Then you have other companies like Metaplanet out in Japan doing the same thing, following that same blueprint. And now you've got this football club that's saying, hey, not such a bad idea. Let's go buy some Bitcoin. Now, what will be interesting to me is if that football club keeps purchasing Bitcoin. Wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be interesting if they take on the same, the same book, the same blueprint, and they just buy as soon as they can? That would be amazing. Because at some point they would go from football club, right, to institutional investor. Just about any company can become an institutional investor, right? How does that happen? Well, you buy enough of Bitcoin and you'll be making more money off your Bitcoin than you will off the business that you're in. It's sort of like how, like I said this yesterday, how schools, have their endowments, right? And they invest the money, and they make more money off of investments than they do off of tuition. See what I mean? Almost any business. That would be able to happen to almost any business. Imagine your local plumber just saying, you know what? I'm going to take this much to live off of, and the rest I'm just going to buy Bitcoin. And they just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. We'd call that a retirement plan. But if that was a big business, it was a big plumbing company, you'd be like, oh, they're an institutional investor now. Because what are you going to do with those profits? You're going to invest those profits, and you're going to make money off the profits. You might do plumbing to keep the cash flow going, but at some point you're going to be like, oh, I mean, we really don't need to do that business anymore. We're just going to keep playing with the money. Sounds insane, but that's actually a real thing, right? Think about how much money MicroStrategy has in Bitcoin. They're a software development firm. How much money do you make as a software development firm? And how much money do you make, leveraging your Bitcoin? Now, Michael Saylor's not stupid. He's going to keep his software business, and he's going to keep it running. Why? Because it's a cash machine. The more money they make over here, the more money they can use to buy Bitcoin. Makes sense. So I pay attention to those things only because, you start to connect the dots about what can happen. So if you're a company and you're out there, allocate a percentage, you could allocate a percentage of your earnings to get Bitcoin. And in this day and age, what could that do? Well, that could actually strengthen your financial stability. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I mean, if you think about it, I buy Bitcoin. See what I mean? So I could literally just say, you know what? I'm just going to keep buying Bitcoin. Aside from my own money that I'm doing whatever with, the company is going to buy Bitcoin. Period. Company turns a profit, Bitcoin. Not all of it, but Bitcoin. At the end of the day, that could transform my businesses into financial institutions. Not financial institutions, but institutional investors. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of very interesting, if you ask me. I mean, I'm just saying. BlockFi is ready to repay, to actually make their creditors whole. After going after FTX, getting what they need, BlockFi could actually make their investors whole. That's a good thing. That is a very good thing. So I'm looking at certain situations and I'm kind of like, wow, they really stuck it out. They're really making it happen. That's great. So after the FTX debacle, it looks like a lot of those companies are making their creditors whole. It's going to be interesting to see that play out. Make sure that it comes down to the penny, but I'm interested in watching it. I said before, Mt. Gox moved about $2.8 billion worth of Bitcoin so that it could pay its creditors. I think that could actually be why everything is in the red right now. I think everybody's like stopping and thinking, oh my God, Mt. Gox again. And I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, what's the problem here? Right? I mean, I woke up this morning and everything was red. Not a little red, but red. Right? I mean, right now, Bitcoin is holding at 67,000. And we'll get into the numbers in a little bit, but that's what I'm paying attention to is, how much red I was seeing. But when I first woke up about an hour ago, I woke up at about 4. At that time, everything had been red. What else is there? I don't know that people actually understand what actually happened with the approval of the Ethereum spot ETFs. So remember when the SEC was going after Ethereum? And I said, that's kind of crazy because they have this paperwork sitting on the table and they're going after Ethereum. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why. Well, think about this. Now that they've approved Ethereum spot ETFs, they've implicitly said that Ethereum is not a security. No, but I don't think a lot of people are thinking about that. It's like, yeah, Ethereum's not a security. If you're going to go after a coin, you can't. I mean, they should have gone after Ethereum years ago if that's what they wanted to do. But it was nothing. It's no big deal. It's nothing. It's a magic 8 ball. Nobody's gonna care about it. Oh, okay. All right, it's cool. All right, it's all good. And then it started taking off, and they still didn't go after it. Well, then it got decentralized. Didn't go after it. And now they had wanted to go after it, and it's kind of like, but it's you lost your window. You missed it. So as they go after other coins, other projects, I sit back and I kind of go, did you miss your window? Maybe you need to go back and reevaluate going after some of these coins now that they're already fully decentralized. That's what I think about. The time wasted, the money wasted with regard to, the SEC going after different cases, different companies, different projects, saying, hey, we're going after you because you're a security. Is that true? Are you going after them because they used to be a security? Used to be a security and a security now, not the same thing. So I just want to understand that. I just really want to, and I'm not saying that they don't have a case. I'm just saying, explain it to me. And I think a lot of people out there are just saying, explain it to me. Right? It was just last week before last, that they were saying Matic is Polygon is a security, and I'm like, how? Just tell me how, please. Let me understand. Help me to understand this. What else is going on? Gate.io had said that, I had told you a few weeks ago that they're going to pull out of Japan. Japan is not doing well to begin with. Shouldn't be chasing businesses out. But Gate.io is saying, well, we're going to cease operations because we don't know what the heck is going on here. And, everybody that's on our platform right now that's in Japan, we will transfer them over to compliant platforms. Okay. I think a statement like that kind of says, well, we don't know what compliance is in your country because you haven't really spelled it out well. So, yeah, we're going to be up out of here. We're tired of it. That's not a good look for Japan. And I'm not saying that Gate.io is a perfect company. I'm just saying it's, Japan's economy is not as robust as it used to be, I'd say. Right? So when I look at this, I'm kind of like, well, guys, come on, we have to kind of pull this together. We got to figure this out. So Gate.io is saying bye-bye. Unfortunate, but, things happen. Now, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. Let me see if I can flip the screen, and we can go do that. I'm only going to get into the list today because I didn't open everything up, and I don't know that I have to today. Let's see. We can move that over there. Bear with me. We'll bring up the top 25 winners and losers. Let me refresh that while I move this over. There you go. Onto the big screen. There you go. So what do we have right now? What we have right now is, these are the top 25 winners. I'm going to take away some of these, because I don't think that there's anything in here that, actually, I might wind up putting something. What you're looking at is the new workbook, and I might put some instructions right here or what this page is all about, but I don't think I'm going to need all of these, but I don't want to remove them just yet. But anyway, let me make this bigger for you so you can actually see it. There you go. All right, let me do this. Ooh. Right there is good. Wow, I'm just not having a good day today. There you go. Now I'm doing it right. Okay, so top 25. Actually, you know what we should do is actually go over the losers first, right? So one more. 140? Yeah, 140 will do it. That shows everybody. Top 25. All right, so the top 25 losers. Let's see, anybody here that we're actually paying attention to. Galaxy, down 81% off its all-time high, down 10% right now. The reason why I bring that up is because they were in the news. I didn't read the whole article because it's not one of my investments, but it's probably something we might want to pay attention to, as other people are actually involved in it, and it's in the top 250 coins. So that's interesting. Let's see. Turbo is down 8%. Aerodrome Finance down again 7%. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not in that. Bonk is down 7%. Sats down 7%. Notcoin down 6%. Notcoin's been falling a bit. So is Toncoin. Toncoin's been falling precipitously. That's not good. Even though they've had positive news. Avalanche is down 4%, but like I said, at that 5% mark, I'm really not paying that much attention. 5% and lower, not paying that much attention. Let's take a look at the winners. On the winners side, who do we have? Let's make this one time bigger. There you go. And there's number 25. Okay. So on this side, who do we have that we're paying attention to? Ethereum name service is up 14%. EtherFi is not something that I am into, but they're up 14%. Let's see, who else's name do I know? Memecoin, nothing that I own, is up 5%. Arbitrum is up 5%. Arbitrum needs to go up. Arbitrum's been hurting my feelings. I have a bag of Arbitrum. They're 66% off of their all-time high, and their X factor is 1.92. Right, their GMB X factor is 1.92. So that's interesting to me. I think Arbitrum is going to wind up doing well. So that's why I hold a bag. Who else is in here? Lido, 3%. Yeah, there's nobody else in here at a point where I'm going to be paying attention, except that, I am paying attention to respective X factors. Like Lido's X factor is 2.86. WooCoin is, their X factor is 7.3, but I haven't done the research to understand what I think the risk would be that would be tied to that, and what I believe the chances are that it would go up to the point where I think it would do well, right? So this is how I'm evaluating digital assets at the moment. What else is there? Actually, let me bring up. There you go. I told you I was going to take a look at the numbers only, and there you go. When you look across the board, Bitcoin's dropped, come down a little bit. It's at 58% year to date. In the past hour, hasn't done all that well. Past 24 hours, not all that. It's over the past 7 days, it's done all right. 6%. Ethereum, it's been steady. I'd say it's been consistent. 54. It's trailing Bitcoin right now, but I think it could pop a little bit. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. BNB up 87%, but it's been down for the past 24 hours. So I still think that there's mad opportunity there. Same thing with Solana. I think there's opportunity there. 75% year to date for Solana. That's interesting to me. And the reason why is because I told you, I'm not a big fan of the network, right? Only because of this ghost-like outage that happens every now and again. So I'm kind of like, we'll wait and see. But yeah, as long as you're not doing something that's mission critical, I'd use Solana. I'd definitely use Solana. Excuse me. Let's see. XRP still at 60, above 60 cents. I hope it stays there. That would be a great thing. I'd like to see it at 75. That would make me happy because year to date, only 2.2%. That hurts. But 90 days up almost 11%. Now, you know why I pay attention to these time periods? Because it starts to give you an idea about what the flow is. Because at 90 days, you're up 10.84%. At 30 days, you're up 23.22%. See what I mean? XRP has got some momentum going on. Where that's coming from? No idea. Nothing's going on with XRP except more rumors about the case might come to an end. That's about it. XRPH is actually having problems. That's their healthcare coin. That's actually having some problems. So it's falling back a bit. Nothing that I own, nothing that I'm going to own, but I do pay attention to it. Because to me, it's built on XRPL, but it's not actually leveraging XRP. So that's kind of what my issue is. Like, see what I mean? Right here, Toncoin, lower than $7. I haven't seen that in a while. And that's bothersome. They've been falling precipitously. Like I said, over the past 30 days, down almost 9%. 7 days alone, down over 6%. That's not the proper moving. Although, year to date, still up 200%. Just saying. So yeah, if you do your own research and you pay attention to things, you can actually pick out the coins that are going to do well, which is why I introduced the GMB all-time X factor. The reason why, or all-time high. The reason why is because that'll tell you the X, right? The X factor that it has to multiply by to get back to its all-time high. And if you have a certain level of belief, that you've judged its risk, because that's what that means, that coin will get back to its all-time high. Now that is interesting, right? That adds to another facet that you can use to just research the coins that you're interested in. Right now, crypto still moves on news. But once the news makes it move, then it's math, then it's technical analysis, right? And if you're paying attention to things, you could get some you could pick up some good stuff. And that's what I'm trying to do, is just figure out what's good. Shiba Inu's been hurting my feelings for a little while. Year to date, not hurting my feelings. Just recent, within 90 days. Look at that drop, 34%, almost 35%. You might as well say it's 35%, 34.97. Yeah, that's 35% in the past 90 days. So that's something to kind of sit back and go, yeah, that could be an opportunity, because as soon as Bitcoin takes off, I think a lot of other coins are also going to take off. Plus, Shiba Inu has the whole ecosystem they can fall back on, right? Cardano's not going to move all that much. I'm in the black right now with recent purchases, but it's not going to move all that much until they're done with the Chang hard fork. When that happens, I think it's going to skyrocket, because you'll see a lot more projects start to happen on on that platform. So there are reasons why I'm interested in things. And I would also say, I keep saying, don't sleep on Bitcoin Cash. Don't sleep on Bitcoin Cash. 48% up year to date. Yeah, that's not one that I'd be sleeping on right now. I think that's easily going up to 450 soon. As Bitcoin goes up, that's going to go up. That really is, in my humble opinion. So these are the things that help me identify my opportunities for investment in the digital asset space. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Even better, why don't you just become a member? Members get so much more. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.